Thank you. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you for our music this morning. It was beautiful. Thank you for the reading. So this month we've been talking about ultimate power tools, and if you look on the back, I wouldn't have had to work so hard at at summarizing this stuff because it's summarized very nicely on the back of your program. But we started out with these ultimate power tools. Debbie started talking about enthusiasm, and that word enthusiasm is sort of like God filling us is what enthusiasm is. And talking about getting enthusiastic about what we do here, getting enthusiastic about having a faith that can make a difference to other people, sharing it. So that was the first Sunday. Then I talked about faith rightly placed. Where's faith rightly placed? We place faith in the goodness of the universe, or we place faith in fear. What could happen? Bad things. So faith rightly placed is placed in God, knowing that all things work together for good. And then we talked about, last week Debbie talked about getting plugged in. Your power tools don't do any good. They look nice and shiny, but unless you plug them in and use them, they don't do any good. So that's what Debbie was talking about last week. And today we're talking about the power of a grateful heart. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind philosophy, said that gratitude is salutary, which means there's something that comes back. It's not just, oh, I'm just grateful. When we're grateful, our arms are open and good stuff is coming to us, and that is the truth. So that's kind of where we're at today. So we're going to look at two questions. What emotions cannot live with gratitude, excuse me, an attitude of gratitude, and what emotions can live in an attitude of gratitude. And first of all, I'm going to talk about emotions that cannot live in an attitude of gratitude. To me, this was kind of news, but what's exciting is that it's true. If you are in an attitude of gratitude, you cannot entertain some of these negative attitudes that don't serve you. And I'm gonna ask you to think about these. I'm going to list them. And I'm going to list some of these things. And as I list them, I want you to think a little bit about what resonates with you. What are some of these emotions that you might have kind of pets that you like to keep down in there? And in a bit, we're going to do a little meditation to release them. So this is the list. Think about things like what has taken up residence in here? Despair. You ever live in despair? I lived in despair for a very short period of time. Seems like a million years ago. And I have never lived in despair. You got your problems, you get your problems, but despair is like giving up. So despair. Anxiety. Unforgiveness. If you got any of that in your life, put it at the top of the list to get rid of. Unforgiveness. Frustration. Selfishness, hatred, judgment, shame, worthless. These things are worthless. Doubt, jealousy, resentment, sadness. And then the biggest emotions that cannot live with an attitude of gratitude are anger and fear. Let's think about getting rid of these things. We can release them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a brief meditation. I'm going to ask you to relax in the chair where you're sitting, and I want to remind you that when we do this, you are in a safe place. This is a room, absolutely, I think Debbie already told us, this is a room filled with love. So you are in a safe place. So it's okay to shut your eyes. It's okay to let your guard down and be open to the words that I'm saying. Because what we're doing is we're touching into whatever that list resonated with you. What is the emotion that's not serving you that you'd like to release? So let's all take a deep breath. Just relax in the chair where you're sitting. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. And I like to just visualize this love, this creator this all there is, this God stuff, as a light. It's a white light that just just envelops each of us, that light comes in probably from the very top of our head down into our scalp and our face, our neck, our shoulders, our arms, and our hands, moving down into our torso. And as this white light of love and power and goodness moves through us, as we're aware of it, it's always there, but as we become aware of it, let's be aware that it gently removes any negative emotion that it is keeping us from our good, be it anger or fear or despair, unforgiveness, whatever that is. Let that light of love gently just remove that emotion. Let it just gently be moved through our body as that white light moves through our torso, hips, and to our legs and knees and calves, down to our ankles and feet and out, dissipating any emotion that doesn't serve us, dissipating it to its nothingness. And I invite you just to take a moment right now and see yourself in this white light of love and goodness and joy and power. Just bask in it for a moment. Deep breath, just basking in all that goodness. And now gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes and bring your consciousness back to this room, to the chair you're sitting. So I love that. We got the power to do that. Why, thank you. Thank you. We have the power. Pardon?
It's the only mantra we have.
We have the power to speak our word and say, I'm done with unforgiveness. I'm done with despair. I'm done with anything that doesn't, we have the power to do that. We just did it. And just know that that power is always within you. As I was preparing for today's message, I ran across this poem by a woman named Reverend Sapphire Rose. You know who she is, Debbie? She's one of the Science of Mind ministers. Have you heard of her, Joan? Anyway, Sapphire Rose. But she wrote this about letting go, and I thought it was so apropos, and I'm just going to share it with you. She let go. Without a thought or a word, she let go. She let go of her fear. She let go of judgments. She let go of the confluence of opinions swarming around in her head. She let go of this committee of indecision within her. She let go of the right reasons, wholly, completely, without hesitation or worry. She just let go. She didn't ask anyone for advice. She didn't read a book about how to let go. She didn't search the scriptures. She just let go. She let go of all the memories that held her back. She let go of all the anxiety that kept her from moving forward. She let go of the planning and all of the calculations about how to do it just right. This is what I do. She didn't promise to let go. She didn't journal about it. She didn't write the projected date in her daytimer. You know, again, this is me. I like to get all those I's dotted and T's crossed. She made no public announcement, put no ad in the paper. She didn't check the weather report or read her daily horoscope. She just let go. She didn't analyze whether she should let go. She didn't call her friends to discuss the matter. She just let go. See how we sometimes think of all kinds of reasons to get in our way before we actually let go of the things that are holding us back. No one was around when it happened. There was no applause, no congratulations. No one thanked or praised her. No one noticed a thing. Like a leaf falling from a tree, She just let go. There was no effort or struggle. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. It was what it was. It is just that. In the space of letting go, she let it all be. A small smile came over her face. A light breeze blew through her, and the sun and the moon shone forevermore. Isn't that a lovely way to let go? So this is what we did, the things that don't serve us, let them go. You got the power to do that. That's what we're talking about this month, using this power. Let those, get them out of the way and make way for the good in your life. So what emotions can live inside of gratitude? I was reading something, the word paranoia, where you think everybody's out to get you, everything's bad. Well, there's another word. I'd never heard of this word. It's called pronoia. I think I said it right. Pronoia. Yeah, Jenny knows. Pronoia. And that is trusting in the universe. That is a belief that everything works together for good. Let's have a little of that pronoia going on here. So we've cleared this space, and now we got to fill it, because we know the universe abhors a vacuum, just like your garden. Get all that stuff planted, and everything is good. But if you don't look out, guess what? If there's a little spot there, those weeds are going to start coming up. Not weeds you planted, just weeds that are going to show up. And this is what we have to be aware of in our life too. We got to be aware that we can pull these weeds and get rid of them from our lives. We can fill this vacuum with the good. And so here's an example of some of the emotions that we can experience when we're in a state of gratitude: compassion, abundance, fulfillment, appreciation, acceptance, hope, harmony, happiness, freedom, peace, joy, purpose, passion, understanding, enthusiasm, energy. Nice stuff to know that we can just embrace these things. And of course, the mother of all emotions that live inside gratitude is love. L-O-V-E, love. And I asked Colleen Wilkinson, who works with me in the prisons. We go to Lino Lakes every Tuesday night. And I asked her if she would come up here and talk a little bit about how this center has helped her to experience love in a different way. And of course, we both gravitate to our work in the prisons because it is just so meaningful to us. We feel so good when we're there, and she picks me up, coming and going. We can jabber and plan and discuss. It's very fun. And so she had family in here for the weekend, and she said, I can't be there, but I can write up something for you to read. So she didn't hurry this along. This came about 8:30 last night, so I was very happy that she took the time to do this. And here's what she said. Remember, we're thinking about living in gratitude and having love in our life. Colleen says, I joined Reverend Joanne almost exactly 1 year ago for her spiritual living circles at Lino Lakes Correctional Facility. I spent most of my career working with unhoused and or unemployed people, many formerly incarcerated people. So when the opportunity presented itself, I didn't hesitate. I knew this was an opportunity to demonstrate our foundational spiritual principles. This is walking the walk, talking the talk. That belief in the oneness of the universe and that we are each perfect, whole, and complete beings. That I recognize the wholeness at the center of each human being. And how vital this is I mean, it's especially vital for these guys in prison who really have not been told they are perfect, whole, and complete. They don't hear that very often. And sometimes we are hard on ourselves and we're not open to hearing it either. I want everybody to know and experience this for themselves. I want everyone to know and feel that their presence in this world is sacred. I want to be a part of an active expression of namaste. Namaste is the word, it's from the Hindu, and it means that light of God within me recognizes the light of God within you. And that light is within each and every one of us. So it's a beautiful greeting. Namaste. Most of the people we meet on Tuesday nights come back week after week, so we come to learn things about one another as time goes by, just like we do in most human relationships. And a common thread, a common experience amongst most of the participants is that they've had a life bereft of any sense of connection. Not with family, not with peers during school, not with friends, certainly not with themselves. Our meetings cultivate deeper connections for everyone in the circles, including me. First of all, any usual ideas about incarcerated people hiding in my psyche are challenged, and my own understanding of a community of wholeness grows and expands each week. I am so grateful to know the divine through yet another expression. Secondly, these are honest conversations we have with one another, and they include sharing and listening from the heart. In this atmosphere, it is easy to see and understand, or in other words, it is easy to experience that our innermost nature is a loving and giving one. It is incredibly enriching, incredibly affirming experience for me, spiritually speaking. Love is circulating in our spiritual living circles, and we are all knowing the divine together. Words from Colleen. I just thought that was lovely. So, Ernest Holmes says that love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. So let's kind of remember that. As we live in gratitude, let's just be open to that love. The emotion that's most alive in the presence of gratitude is love. So why not really resonate on that? And so, in light of that, thinking about a little homework for you this week, I want to just suggest that you think about starting your day and ending your day with gratitude. And I'm talking about before you put your feet on the floor in the morning. Just think, what am I grateful? It makes a big difference in how you start your day. Just makes it lighter. It's going to be a better day instead of when you wake up to that alarm, oh, I got to get going, whatever. No, just take your time. It doesn't have to be a 15-minute ritual or something. Just take time to look around, feel the warmth of those blankets and that lovely pillow. I love to think about, oh boy, I'm going to be drinking that first cup of coffee pretty soon. I'm grateful for that. All kinds of things to be grateful for. And the same thing at night. When I go to bed at night, I like to enumerate the people that I love and bless them, be grateful for them and bless them. What a great way to go to sleep. I sleep like a baby. I don't give that credit to anything, but I do sleep like a baby. It's a blessing. So just think about that. Try it just say to yourself, set an intention to do this for a week. And my guess is if you do this for a week, you're going to say, I like that. I'm going to keep doing it. So let be that your homework, if you will. Now, in prison, we do some experiential stuff. And that word experiential sometimes turns people off because they know they got to do something. They got to be part of this. They got to respond. Last Tuesday night, I thought, well, this is going to be easy for these guys. I'm going to come up with an experiential, we like to get them talking, make sure that everybody, everyone's voice is heard. So I said, let's go around, say our name, and let's say, here's a movie that I saw that I didn't like, and it seemed like everybody else in the world liked it. I thought that was kind of fun. They can talk about why they didn't like it and blah, blah, blah. So it was easy for me. English Patient, boring. And Love Story. Now, most of you won't remember Love Story. You're maybe too young, but Love Story. Ally McGraw and Ryan O'Neal. Just did not like those people. And I didn't like the story. I just didn't like it. Didn't that win awards too? I don't know. But I did not like that movie. So we went around and we get to this one guy and he said, I just want to say that whenever you come up with stuff like this is my pet peeve. He said, when you ask me to do something like this, my mind goes completely blank. So we gave him a pass. I love this guy dearly. He is the kind of guy that wants so much to change his life. He wants good in his life. He wants to be a good person. He wants to be a normal person. And he feels like this. He feels like, you asked me to do something, I can't, it's just gone. My mind is just, and so he's working really hard to be a normal person. And I pray for him every day that the highest and best for whatever his higher power has in mind for him. So enough of that. You know what experiential is. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do, just for a short period of time, is turn to someone that's sitting next to you and tell them something for which you're grateful, something that you love for which you're grateful. Love my cat, unconditional love. Well, that's not true. No cat has got unconditional love. That's your dog. but it's something in your life for which you're grateful and that you really feel love. So I will watch the clock somehow or other. I can't see it. Is that okay, I think I see it. So it's like take 30 seconds for one person and then 30 seconds for the next, and then I will call you back to the here and now. And if we don't have time to finish this exercise, we will be having coffee later. So you can mingle among yourselves and continue the conversation. So at this point, I would ask you to turn the person next to you and share with them something that you're grateful for, something that you love. Speak among yourselves. Make sure your partner gets a chance to speak too. Okay, thank you. I might have lost track of the second hand. I can't quite see that far. So, as I said, you can finish the conversation over coffee. And right now, I would ask you to get comfortable in your seats, and I would like to close with a spiritual mind treatment, which is simply an affirmative prayer. I will say it in first person like it's for me. It is also for you. So take a deep breath. And I know there is but one power in the universe, and it is a power of all love. It is peace and joy and abundance and all the good stuff. It has the perfect solution to any perceived dilemma in my life. And I know that very power that created everything and everyone, is the same power that experiences life in, through, and as its creation. In, through, and as me. In, through, and as everyone. Giving our thoughts, our words, our expectations, our beliefs, power. And even though I sometimes don't remember to count my blessings, be grateful. Sometimes I kind of let the fear and anger things take over. Other emotions that don't serve me, sometimes I let them in. But I now set an intention to make gratitude a habit in my life. Before I get up in the morning, before I go to sleep at night. As I do this, as I practice gratitude, there's no room for anger or fear or unforgiveness or any emotion that doesn't serve me. And when I do this, my heart is filled with love. Just let that love pulsate and radiate. Let that love within me radiate to everything and everyone in my world. And I'm grateful that this is the way that law works. This is the way that life works. I speak my word, and it is done unto me as I believe. And I release these words now to that beneficent conspiracy for perfect manifestation, and so it is.